Hey, what's up, guys? Thought I'd throw a video together for you. It's been a few weeks. I've been enjoying my summer and enjoying not doing videos, but I felt compelled to do one here this morning, so here we are. Um, what am I watching this week? I'm going to show you some active COT setups that are, I think the trends are underway, and I'm going to show you some trend following trades. So let's start with on the long side COT. COT setup long. Sugar, it's been a real pain. Hasn't got any sort of follow through from the bulls so far. We have had a bullish trend change back here. That's my trend change right there. Now I'm just waiting for the bulls to reassert their dominance and then get long. So this is a COT setup. Same with the dollar index. This is a full-on bullish trend now. We have a bullish 50-day and 20-day trend. The 50-day is starting to turn up. We're getting this oversold pullback here. I've got a few levels marked out. The anchored VWAP from this high, as well as the high of this oversold bar on Monday. I want to see follow through above those levels before I will get long. So if we continue to sell off, I'll continue to adjust my levels and wait for follow through beyond those. Then on the short side, COT, we got Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a COT setup for me for shorts, and it did confirm over the weekend with a follow through bearish 20-day trend change. So right now I've got some levels marked out. I got this VWAP anchored to this low, as well as the low of Monday's overbought bar, and I want to see the bears follow through below these levels before I consider getting involved. Other shorts are the currencies: pound, CAD, yen, New Zealand dollar, and the Swissy. Basically waiting for the same thing, getting an overbought rally here. I want to see the bears reassert their dominance and take another short, much like I got short up here on the pound. And lastly, for COT, looking to short shorts on soybeans. Now, mind you, soybeans in the COT data this week was it's looking like fairly soon it will be set up for longs, but that's an early warning sign. So I think working the short side in the soybean market for the foreseeable future is a good trade. So we're getting an overbought rally here today. See this percent R getting overbought. I'll want to see the bears reassert their dominance, and then I get involved again on the short side. So those are the COT setups. On the trend following side of things, I've got longs for heating oil. Nothing yet from the bulls as far as stepping up. So got the upsloping 250-day moving average. So I want to wait to get involved with more bullish confirmation there. In fact, I'll kind of overview what I'd like to see. Since we are in an uptrend technically based on the moving averages, but we are in a bearish trend based on the short-term market structure, we're now making lower lows and possibly going to make lower highs. I want to see my ideal entry would be we get a rally, then we get a oversold pullback, but then we get a higher low. That's, to me, the nicest looking trade, and it's very similar to what I'm looking for on the metals, which we'll get to. Soybean oil looks like in a few minutes here we may get a full-on bearish trend change. This is a COT setup market, but it is not a confirmed setup for me because we do not have the 20-day trend change. But I've marked off this level here. If we get the trade through, if we get price trading through there, that's the bearish follow-through that I need to think that this market is indeed high probability for sells. Even though the 50 and 200-day moving averages are sloping up, this is a COT setup. There's high extremes in positioning up here, very extreme short positioning from the commercials, very extreme long positioning from the large specs. We're very overvalued. We have extreme sentiment, and we also have bearish seasonals, and we've seen the spread falling apart. So the difference between the front month and the next month out is showing that there's not as much commercial demand for earlier delivery, which is bearish. So this looks like it's ready for sells, but it is in my long list just right now until this price gets traded through. We got the Dow Jones is theoretically set up for longs based on just an upsloping 50 and 200. No follow through from the bulls yet for me to get involved. Now the metals, what I'm wanting to see in the metals is something similar to what I showed you in heating oil. We do have upsloping 50 and 200 period moving averages on gold, silver, palladium, and platinum, but we're in clear bearish market structure right now, or lower lows and lower highs on the daily time frame. So what I would like to see is, get my drawing tool here, price basically, we trade. I won't get involved until we make an oversold pullback. We're making a lower high, but then we put in a higher low. that to me is the nicest trade you'll get in the metals. I'm not going to try to pick the bottom. I want the market structure to shift a little bit more in order to get involved. And then same for copper. And then on the short side, soybean meal. So soybean meal is a COT setup for longs, but we have not had that 20-day trend change yet. I do note that the 20-period moving average is starting to flatten and turn up. So that is a bullish consideration, but I need those 2 bars of follow through above that to think that the trend has indeed changed. So for me right now, this is a nice looking short setup. Today in 3 hours and 47 minutes, if this bar closes overbought like this, I'll be dragging this line up here with my alert, and I'll want to see the bears follow through below this level to then get short and catch a continuation to this low and then an extension. So those are the trades, guys, that I have on my radar. Some COT setups, some just simple trend following. If you have any questions about what I've discussed here, feel free to shoot me a message. If you want to get into my free Discord, shoot me an email at what's my new email? I think it's I've did my email, so I'll give you guys my new one here. Sorry about that. shepthetrader@gmail.com. And hope to have you guys in there. So have a good week. Good luck, everybody, and appreciate your time for listening. Bye-bye.